The tale I have to unfold is like a dream, a fantastic nightmare. As you sit in your comfortable, familiar surroundings listening to my story, you may feel it could never have happened. But to Doctor Who and his friends, it was very real. For 2 years, they had been ranging through time and space in their craft, the TARDIS. Relentlessly, they were being chased by the Daleks, a humanoid race from the planet Skaro. Evil creatures intent on pursuit and destruction. In their own spacecraft, they had chased Doctor Who, Ian Chesterton, and the girls Vicky and Barbara onto yet another new and strange planet. All around them was a seemingly endless jungle where strange carnivorous plants reached out greedily at them. In desperation, they fled into a cave, hoping to find some kind of refuge, but the dark interior soon crushed their optimism. Solid black rock faced them in every direction. In their panic, they had rushed into a trap. Then, to their astonishment, the far wall of the cave slid open, revealing a room where a robot stood and addressed them. Doctor Who and his party could do nothing but obey. The Daleks were too close behind for argument. Although the robot would say no more, it was enough that they had been saved for the moment.
We're going up. Yeah, it's a lift.
You got us out of a nasty situation there. I suppose you'd like to know who we are and why we are here, hmm?
You're not getting through to him, Doctor. You're not getting through.
Doctor, ask him where he's taking us.
He's taking us up to the city, obviously.
Whilst they continued their journey in the lift, the Daleks reached the cave and were thronging round it in anger and frustration. Playing their seismic detectors round the cave walls, they found traces of the Earth people who had eluded them.
They have escaped. Not possible. Perceptor readings indicated they were here. Subject walls to seismic detector tests. We obey. It is required that we penetrate this wall.
Meanwhile, the strange robot was conducting Doctor Who and his party higher and higher. The elevator seemed to climb for an eternity. Finally, it slowed to a halt, and the Earth people wondered what scene would meet their eyes when the elevator doors were opened.
Look at it.
It is fantastic.
Anything is like it. It's huge.
It was indeed a sight to take their breath away. The elevator had taken them to a vast city that towered on massive stilts above the jungle. From the elevator, Doctor Who and the others were transported by conveyor belt through this strange, unearthly place. Although their eyes searched high and low, they could not see a trace of human existence. Instead, they saw a completely mechanized civilization, controlled only by robots, like the one escorting them. At last, they came to a halt at the door of a huge building in the center of the city. As the door slid open, the robot again addressed them and indicated the room beyond.
Enter, zero, stop. What's he mean?
It means enter, zero, stop. Oh, not bad, eh?
Yes, but I don't like it.
Why not? It's clean, it's comfortable, the robots seem quite friendly.
Yes, robots. But haven't you noticed something very singular about this place?
Like what?
We've only seen robots. No animal life, human or otherwise.
That's very true, Doctor.
As if in answer to their words, into the room stepped the first human being they had seen for ages. A well-built young man wearing a spacesuit. He paused, regarding them in equal amazement. It was a moment or two before any of them could find their tongues.
You real? Who are you? You are real.
From Earth?
Yes.
Couldn't have happened. I worked out the odds, 2,000 to 1 again. Look, I'm Stephen Taylor, Flight Red 50.
Well, we've learned something. His name?
I'm Barbara. I'm Vicky.
Ian Chesterton. Yes. This is the doctor.
Well, I'm glad to know you, Stephen Taylor.
This is great, huh? I mean, it's ridiculous. I'm lost for words.
How long have you been here?
As far as I can make out, about 2 years.
2 years? Alone?
Well, yeah. Apart from those fungus things.
You mean there's no other human beings here on this planet?
No, nothing except the mechanoids.
Where do they come from? Do you know?
You don't know? But this is Mechanus. Look, about 50 years ago, Earth decided to colonize this planet. Well, it landed a rocket full of robots programmed to clear landing sites, get everything ready for the first immigrants.
And they didn't arrive?
No. The Earth got involved in interplanetary wars. I suppose this place was forgotten.
50 years ago? But surely these robots would be worn out by now. They'd have run down.
No. They're programmed to do their own repairs.
But if you're waiting for people from Earth, well, why not us? Yes, we could be the immigrants.
Look, you've got to know their code. I've been spending 2 years trying to break it. 2 years. Crashed, you see. Out there in the jungle. I wandered around for days trying to avoid those fungus things. Of course, then the mechanoids captured me.
Captured? Do you mean you're a prisoner?
Would you think I'd stay here otherwise? I'm just like you. We're all prisoners.
Stephen Taylor was right. They were indeed in the power of the Mechons. And from time to time, shuttered windows would slide back to reveal their captors staring in at them, as if they were some kind of specimens in a zoo. Meanwhile, the Daleks were working frantically to break through the rock wall which had closed between them and the elevator. Into the cave, they brought their powerful electrode unit that was to activate the elevator machinery and bring the conveyor down again to their own level.
Electrode unit ready. Operate. Increase power. Conveyor descending. By taking the humans, the Mechons have forced us to take action against them. We invade. Scarrow reports they have many powerful weapons. We may sustain damage. The orders of the Dalek Supreme will be obeyed. The humans will be destroyed. The Mechons will not be permitted to stand in our way. We attack! We attack!
And so, with the Daleks making their way up the elevator shaft towards the city, the Earth people sought a method of escape from their prison. Stephen drew their attention to a kind of ladder that led up to the ceiling of the room.
I built this.
Did you?
All my own work.
Where does it lead?
Up to the roof. The roof?
Well, why don't we get out that way?
Look, don't think I haven't thought about it myself. And that roof's 1,500 feet above ground level.
We've got to get out.
So that's what I thought at first. You'll soon find out you're better off here than out there in the jungle.
Oh, we don't give up so easily. We're going to get out of here. The first thing we're going to do is, I'm going to have a look up here.
Look, I'm with you, of course, but what happens when we get down to the ground?
We make our way back to my spaceship.
Your spaceship? Is it serviceable?
I certainly hope so.
But I thought... See, I assumed you'd crash.
You coming, Doctor?
Yes, I'm coming, dear boy, I'm coming. Oh, tell me, young man, what happens if these mechanoids see us up there?
Well, there aren't any. We're allowed to go up here any time. For light, exercise, there are no guards. Go on, I'll show you.
Splendid.
See? I told you, no guards. I'll go and tell the girls.
Chesterton, be careful.
Yes, I see why the mechanoids don't mind us coming up here. Doctor, what do you make of this?
Oh, it's some power aerial, I suppose.
Doctor, I got it. We can get down to the ground with this. Come on, let's get the others.
Yes, come on, come on.
Ian's idea was to use the enormous length of cable on the roof of the building as a means of luring themselves to safety. It would be a perilous operation. There was a sickening drop from the roof of the city to the jungle far below. But it was too good a chance to miss. And the men hurried back down the ladder to tell Vicky and Barbara.
Well, any chance?
Yes, but it's going to be dangerous. What, you mean the cable? Yeah, do you think there's enough? Maybe. I thought of trying it myself once, but I couldn't have managed it on my own.
Hey, wait a minute. Where's this leading us?
Down to the ground?
We climbed down 1,500 feet of cable? I'm not very good on heights.
Yes, it sounds rather risky.
I agree.
The cable's strong. It wouldn't break.
I think it's the only chance we've got.
Well, I don't like it. Look!
There was now no time to argue. From the window of the prison, they looked across the top of the elevator shaft and saw the Daleks. They had reached the level of the city and were attacking the Mechons who stood in their path.
You will be annihilated! Dispatch a section to the roof area. I obey.
Daleks.
Well, that settles it.
Go on, go on.
On the roof, quick, go on.
Now, I think we'll leave them something to remember us by.
Before escaping up the ladder with the rest of the party, Doctor Who left by the door of the room one of his cunning anti-Dalek devices. This was a machine programmed to explode whenever any of the creatures came in. In fact, the Earth people had escaped just in time, for a moment later one of the Daleks broke in and set off the Doctor's device.
I'm exterminated! I'm exterminated!
But the threat of destruction by the Daleks was only delayed. One or two of them had been exterminated, but the party knew that others would soon follow. Quickly they unwound the cable on the roof. When Ian wrenched the end of the cable from the junction box, there was a flash and an explosion.
I think we're fused here. Don't mind about that. Let's get on with this. Come along, quickly. Get down. Come on.
We're going to have to lower her.
Vicky, listen to me. We'll tie the cable round you and lower you to the ground.
No.
You'll be quite safe.
I can't.
Vicky, my dear, I'm going to blindfold you. And you won't be able to see a thing. You'll be quite safe. Now, come along.
I can't. No.
Now, come along, Carl. Pull yourself together.
Don't.
Vicky, come along.
There,
Come along.
Quick. Lift up your arms.
No.
Now,
I can't.
now. Hold on to this, Vicky.
No.
There.
I can't.
That's it.
Please. I can't. Ah!
Gracious. Gracious on fire.
Stephen, what are you doing?
So as the Doctor and his friends made their descent to the jungle below, the fire in the city gained in strength. Started by the explosion from the Doctor's anti-Dalek device, it had been fed by the flames from the live junction box on the roof. The city was a blazing inferno, and through it all raged the great battle between the Daleks and the Mechanoids. Both sides had advanced electronic weapons. The Mechanoids were programmed to destroy at once anything that showed violence towards themselves, but the Daleks had the advantage of great cunning and their deadly radiation guns. The two sides hurled themselves into the battle for the possession of the flaming city. It looked as if each side must surely destroy the other. Still more Daleks swarmed upon the scene, bent on the total annihilation of their enemies.
We attack! We attack! 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 You will be annihilated! You will be annihilated! Annihilate!
When Vicky came to, she found herself at the base of the stilts of the city, with the noise of the battle still raging far above her. Barbara was bending over her in concern.
Are you all right? Yes. Yes, thanks. How about the others? They're fine. The city's on fire. Look, you can see.
Child, are you all right?
Yes, yes, thanks.
Come along, let's get back to the town.
What about Stephen? Where is he? Stephen went back to the city.
We don't know, my child. And his chances of survival in this furnace are actually...
Quick! Well, that cable's on fire and the whole building's collapsed.
It was a terrifying spectacle. The mechanoid city was collapsing on top of its foundations right above the party. So they raced into the jungle again, desperately fleeing the chaos that was falling all round them. But the jungle contained perils that they had already experienced. Great fungoid growths that extended their leaves towards them as they hurried by. On and on they pressed, until at last they came to the TARDIS, and alongside it the spacecraft which the Daleks had left when pursuing them. A new, terrifying thought struck them. Would there be any Dalek creatures left behind to guard the craft? Had they escaped from the dangers of the mechanoid city, only to find new ones just as freedom was within their grasp? But when they looked inside the Dalek craft, they found, to their great relief, nothing.
You've done it again! You've beaten them!
My dear boy, I can kiss you.
Go away, Dad.
Delighted. You know, this must be an extremely advanced machine. Wherever we went, it followed us with such great precision and accuracy. You could travel anywhere in it.
Shall I show you round?
My dear, I should be delighted.
After you.
Ian, do you realize we could get home?
Home? Yes. Do you want to?
Yes. I never realized it before.
We may never get another chance.
Do you think we could work it?
Would the doctor take us?
Let's ask him.
Doctor! What? Never! I've never heard it. Doubt it in my life. You'll end up as a couple of burnt cinders flying around in space. You idiots. You are absolute idiots.
We are not idiots. We want to go home.
Yes, home. I want to sit in a pub and drink a pint of beer again. I want to walk in a park and watch a cricket match. Above all, I want to belong somewhere, do something, instead of this aimless drifting around in space.
Aimless? I tried for 2 years to get you both home.
Well, you haven't been very successful, have you?
How dare you, young man? I didn't invite you into the ship in the first place. You both thrust yourselves upon me.
Doctor, stop!
Oh, for heaven's sake, I've never heard such nonsense.
Look, I know we thrust ourselves upon you. But we've been through a great deal together since then. And all we've been through will remain with us always. It'll probably be the most exciting part of my life. Look, Doctor, we're different people. And now we have a chance to go home. We want to take that chance. Will you help us work that machine?
No. No! I will not aid and abet suicide.
Oh, he's as stubborn as a mule.
Doctor? Doctor, you've got to let them go if they want to. They want to be back in their own time.
Don't you want to go with them, child?
What for? What would I want to be back in their time for? I want to be with you. Doctor, you've got to help them.
Don't you realize, child, the enormous risks?
But it's up to them.
Do you both realize the enormous risks?
We do. We still want to go.
Please, Doctor.
Very well. Follow me. You will both have about a 50-50 chance. Follow me. Come along.
And so after Doctor Who had instructed them in the workings of the Dalek spacecraft and stressed the importance of destroying it when they landed, Ian and Barbara had left the planet and their friends and set a course that took them back through space and time to the sights and sounds they had so sadly missed.
We made it.
Believe it. Hey, Doctor, wherever you are...
Shh. Someone coming.
Goodbye, Doctor. Thanks for the ride.
It was fun, Doctor. Goodbye.
Doctor, they made it. They made it.
I shall miss them. Come along, my dear. It's time we were off.
Yes, Doctor, goodbye and good luck to you wherever you are traveling in space and time. For the moment you have escaped from the Daleks. But remember there are countless more on the planet Skaro you may yet have to reckon with.